Rich and Divine Risings, guys. It's your girl Euphoria tapping in. Happy to have you all join me on the platform. I first want to say thank you to all my subscribers for continuing to stay subscribing, for clicking the link and, you know, tuning in when you do. I am almost at 1,000 subscribers, which means I finally can monetize my channel. So anyone who's coming through and assisting me with that journey, again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to start off today with it being, I believe it's day 319 of evolving into a star seed. 319, which means we have less than 50 days left in the year. Are y'all excited? I know I am. Because the way we need to start a new year, a new leaf. As you just saw, I took my Aura Labs Feminine Balance Gummies, Hawaiian pineapple flavor. I'm not sponsored by these people, but they are vegan friendly, halal, and gluten free, and non GMO. And they taste good. I don't know if I've noticed a difference because I never really had any feminine issues as of late because I don't eat meat anyway. But yeah. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Oh, also before we go any further, I'm gonna actually make these today. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I ended up doing someone's hair. We have the Golden Elimination Parasite Detox capsules. Okay, so okay. These are capsules that I make in order to help sustain, or rather put to sleep, the herpes virus. And I mean, if you have any kind of parasite that you want to detox out of your body, you can use this. This is amazing. It helps. It works. When I take this consistently and I keep my diet very clean and I don't eat a lot of snack foods like you do around your cycle, my outbreaks do not come. So here we have blessed thistle for inflammation. Burdock root cleanses the blood. Cascara sagrada is a natural laxative to cleanse the gut and the second brain. Hyssop is the holy healing herb. Nettle heals cuts and wounds. Hibiscus is to balance out hormones. Prickly ash bark is an antiseptic. Wormwood cleanses the lymphatic system. Yarrow root, specifically geared to eliminate the hemoth worm, which is responsible for the herpes virus. And then yellow dog, also geared towards cleansing the lymphatic system. So this, like I said, it's not just for you if you are herpes positive, but this also helps with detoxing any parasites in the body. Top of the sun to you, love. Let us know where you're tapping in from down below. I'm in the DMV currently, so just let us know where you're coming in from. And without further ado, let's get into the actual healing lesson of the day. So yesterday, as I did hair, I was able to experience a letdown. Uh, a lot of the times on our healing journey, we like to forgive people and we like to give them the chance to show us better than they can like tell us, or we give people a second pass at being a better person in our lives. So I attempted to do that yesterday as I started to style hair. And when I did that, how can I say? I don't regret it because I'm happy that I learned the lesson that I learned. But I let a person back in that had showed me multiple times that they were not trustworthy, to the point where it even had gotten physical at times, and I went through a few domestic violence situations, things of the sort. I didn't report them because I knew we had court coming up. And this is a bit personal to me, but this might help somebody on their journey. I knew that we had court coming up on the 18th, so I didn't really want to talk about it. I didn't really want to like press charges on them on the 5th when I got, as you guys have seen, I was strangled and I had cuts all around my neck because I had the same chain on. And when they were choking me, the chain was rubbing into my neck and digging and digging. And he kept trying to grab at the chain and break the chain. But funny thing is, every time I've worn this chain during a fight, it never gets broken. This is a chain that my son bought me, so I like to wear it. I mean, people say, "Oh, why are you wearing something that's worth that much money every day?" And well, my son bought it, and like I said, every time someone tries to hurt me or harm me, this is the thing that somehow saves my life. And also, like I said, people tried to break it while fighting me and they never are able to break it. So I always wear it. But in the lieu of everything, basically letting this person back in, because they just kept popping up in my house, you know. And I figured, I'm like, look, God won't is not allowing this to happen for no reason. So I just was like, okay, cool, pop up, you know. And I had to go to the doctor that day. I said, you know what? I'll give you a chance to be a better person. Drive me to the doctor's office. I ended up coming outside, seeing that my tire was flat, probably because against my better judgment. There was another day where they were like, oh, I need a ride back home. I'm like, how'd you get out there for you to need a ride back home? I feel like it was a setup. But, I against my better judgment, I still went and picked the person up because that's my heart. That's just how my heart is. When people do me wrong, I give them 25 chances to prove me that I'm just overthinking. It's just the person that I am because as a person who's a human, I've made mistakes myself. And I'm able to look at life as a mirror. So I'm like, okay, maybe this person really didn't mean that. Maybe they're not genuinely trying to do this to me. Maybe they're not trying to forcefully, make something happen to me. But, you know, it gets to a point in the journey where you finally just realize, like, no, this person's intention and purpose is genuinely to disrupt and disturb you. Because this person called me back into their life. And I thought it was a test because it's been a whole year. And I guess the test of the year was self-respect. Like, do you have any respect for yourself when you continue to allow someone to keep doing this to you? Like, if you knew that they had the potential to do this, this, and this, why did you allow that, that, and that? But I figured, again, like I said, in this new environment, I'm like, maybe me having my own space would allow them to be different. But then you have to realize that you can't expect people to be different just because you've healed and you've changed. And that's the part of the spiritual journey that I want to highlight right now, is that when you heal and you change, everyone around you might not do the same. When you heal and you change, everyone around you might continue to keep doing the worst of the worst. When you heal and you change, people around you might actually try to be the catalyst in your failure. So on this spiritual journey that you're going to be on, you're going to realize that you're seeing things different, that you're becoming a different person, that you're getting better at making deadlines. You're getting better at cleaning the house up. Like even last night after this person left and all that stuff happened with the police coming and all this stuff, I cleaned my whole kitchen from top to bottom and washed all the pans. I was having an issue with cleaning my pans. I was having an issue with getting in the shower as of recently. And I'm like, why am I getting so lazy? What's going on? And I realized I just had a bunch of clouded people in my space that wanted me drained, wanted me, not feeling my best. So at that point, you have to remember that this is your show, this is your stage, and it's time for you to speak. It's time for you to glow and shine, especially when you're on your spiritual journey, because all you're trying to do is become the most peaceful person you can when it comes to balance. Of course, balancing light and dark, because both are necessary. But being able to express yourself in a way where people are not, not even that's not what I'm trying to say, because you can express yourself and people are going to perceive you how they perceive you based on their level of their spiritual journey. But just being able to shine and then have people around you be happy for you. Like when this person was shining, I had no issue with, okay, that's good. But something in me wouldn't allow me to be happy for them. Like something in me was like, nah, like I feel like you're saying, because the way that they were saying it to me was like, you know how a person will try to tell you an accomplishment to tear you down? Like, oh yeah, well, I just made $3,000 a day. Knowing that maybe you needed $3,000 or something like that. Like they just happen to be like, I got the key to your problems right now. Just to kind of like test your temperature. It was a lot of that going on. So I kind of just got to a point where I was like, you know what? This is the last straw. And the last straw was me doing their hair for free and then them continuing to text someone that I like. They got heart emojis next to the person's name and everything. And I just had noticed they've been texting this person on and off since they had came back in town, when they kept asking me, like I'm always the person picking them up from the airport. So I'm just like, you always texting this girl with hearts next to her name. And I'm having dreams of some girl like sitting in between your legs, kind of like how I saw you in front of your house with another girl. Then it clicked to me, like, You're wasting my time. And I feel like that was the best. This just popped up at the bottom of the screen. It says, add a Q&A sticker, the best part of a birthday. And I feel like that was the best birthday gift I could get. It just triggered that in my brain. Like, that was the best birthday gift I could get, was the gift of realizing, like, no, this person's wasting your time. Like, trying to call me a washed up old lady. Like, y'all, I'm about to be 32 years old. And I have a 13-year-old. Do I look like I'm about to be 32 years old? And I barely have any makeup on, have you mind. This is just some lashes, some got to be spray on my eyebrows, some baby hair, and a little bit of blush and a little bit of highlighter. Like a little teeny tiny glow, a little glow on my nose, and some lipstick. Like, I have no foundation on. I've gotten no facial reconstructive surgery. Like, I don't look a day over in my 20s. My body type is not, I'm fit. I don't go to the gym as much as I used to because ever since this move, I've been feeling really sluggish, really tired. But I'm present. And I started recently. I'm like, oh, let me start working out back in my house. And it's like, as soon as I started getting my flow back to do what I was doing, he started coming back around. So this is not just about relationships, because this can happen with friends. This can happen with family members. This can happen with anybody. This can happen with anybody. So just realizing that the gift that was before my birthday, I'd get free from this situation. The gift was before my birthday, I'd be able to go on my own journey and really, like, potentially fun. I mean, it's funny because I don't even want to date, right? I don't even want to date, but it's like I said classified mission file. It's like, I feel like I have a mission to, like, now debunk people who are like this. Like, you know how we as women, we don't like to talk about our trials and tribulations because it makes us look weak. I feel like now my mission, after surviving this, because thankfully I did, like, when all of this happened to my neck, I luckily was able to get out of here. I luckily was able to move my son into my apartment. Luckily, by the graces of God. Because the trauma in me is like, yo, what if I would have passed out that day? What if I would have went unconscious and went into a coma that day? So I do what I'm doing, and I went as far as even pressing charges on this person because, I mean, they had no problem with lying to the police saying that I pulled out a golf club on them and I threatened to beat them after they were harassing me first. And it's not like, okay, well, it's cool if he do it, it's a problem if I do it. Fuck, not that kind of situation, but more like, how many other women would you do this to? How many other women would you be manipulating? If I had a daughter and this happened to her, what would I want my daughter to do about this situation? Like, if my daughter was in my shoes, what would I want her to do to this guy? Instead of me thinking about, oh my God, his journey, his spiritual stuff, his trauma. Sometimes you have to take someone else's spiritual journey out of perspective in your spiritual journey. That's another thing to highlight. Just because we're all on spiritual journeys to get to the most peaceful version of ourselves, don't mean we need to sit around and compensate for other people's spiritual journeys. I know he's on a healing journey. He needs to do that, but he might have to go behind bars to finish it. Because what he did to me, he wouldn't want done to his own daughter. What he did to me, if a man does it to his daughter, he'd probably flip his effing wig. But then again, he might not, because the night before he literally told me F my child. So maybe he doesn't have a connection to children like that. But forcing yourself on a woman and trying to get them pregnant on their ovulation day, and like all, it's just so many things. It's just like there's bigger problems that this person has to solve that don't really involve me. There's bigger confidence issues that this person has to overcome that have nothing to do with my spiritual journey. And when you can finally start to tell yourself that, like, there's parts on this person's journey that they need to jump over that have nothing to do with my journey. There's people that they need to go back and apologize to that have nothing to do with me and my journey. There's people that they need to make right with and settle their affairs or their balance with that have nothing to do with me. Because I've done the work on myself. I'm fully accountable. I could go to every single person involved in the situation and be me. Like who I was behind the scenes, who I am on here, who I am in my car when I'm by myself is the same person I could be in front of them. Like, tell them the truth. I'm not a person where I talk like this on the internet, but then in person, even if I got a stutter, even if a person is projecting at me or whatever, I might stutter, but I'm still going to say the same thing. I'm a person where I'm not sitting here to be, oh, I'm so afraid of you, and I'm only going to talk about you on the internet, but when I'm in your face, I want to act like nothing ever happened. Like, no, I said all these things to this person in their face, gave them the chance to heal. So there's going to be there's going to be times where you're going to attempt to heal and express yourself to people, and all they're going to do is just avoid it, tell you you're delusional, you're crazy. But again, as long as you're who you are on the camera, off the camera, alone, in the car, crossing the street, working your job, there's nothing for you to worry about because your authenticity will take you way further than living a lie. I let y'all know about my situation. Y'all saw me through my whole entire homeless journey. When I had money, when I barely could make bill payments, when I could barely make things happen, when I didn't come on here with my lashes done, when I didn't come on here like right now without my nails done. Y'all have seen me. Y'all have seen me in every single light. What's up, Mulua? Y'all have seen me in every single version of myself on this spiritual journey all year long. It's never a point where I was like, oh, I'm in my car because my house is getting fixed on. So yeah. Oh, I'm at the park because it's just a lot of stress and tension in my neighborhood. Like y'all got to see the raw me all year long. From the car accident to the beginning of the relationship to now the end. And I love that for me. Excuse me one second. I love me for me. I'm good. How's you? I'm great. Doing better than before and getting better with time. But it's just something about being on that journey where it's just like, excuse me, when you finally take that deep breath of fresh air, you're just like, oh my God, how did I allow myself to be in that? You start to ask yourself, how did I continue to allow? But you were healing and you were learning lessons. And for that, you should never, ever second guess what you had to learn on your journey. You should never, ever question why God sent you on the journey, right? So I'm going to play a little bit of beta waves in the background. And we're going to read today's word of the day. Oh my God, I forgot to say happy birthday to my friend yesterday. So much stuff going on. See, it probably was the best thing I didn't do it. I've noticed also he comes around on people's birthdays too. It's like, what are people paying you to siphon my energy to make their birthday better? Like, oh, it's just so weird. I don't know. Anyway, look, perfect word to hear. Look. Don't lose focus. For the weapons of our warfare are not physical weapons of flesh and blood, but they are mighty before God for the overflow and destruction of strongholds. 2 Corinthians 10:4. Sometimes we lose our focus. We can be walking all day. We can be walking in love all day long, going along fine, until someone comes along and offends us. As soon as we forget our focus of love, we stop making progress and come to a standstill. Aggravated, upset, and offended. Understand that the mind is a battlefield. If you don't stop Satan when he gets into your thoughts, you are not going to stop him from getting into your life. Stay focused. Ask God to help you remain full of love no matter what comes your way today. Don't lose focus. A lot of the times on the journey, we're losing focus, we're losing concentration, we're losing traction, we're losing our minds, some of us. Hold on, y'all. Got a little chilly real quick. Hold on, one second. Oh, know me, I love my Zodiac robe. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Very warm. But we're gonna lose, and it's fine because I mean, your car loses traction sometimes in the snow. That doesn't mean that you don't know how to drive. It just means that sometimes we lose traction. We lose our grip on our version of reality because we get distracted by other people, other things. We get distracted. That's normal. We have human brains. Unless you are a robot, you're going to get distracted occasionally. You're going to sometimes lose a little bit of traction. You're going to sometimes lose a little bit of momentum. But because you're not a robot, and because you have support people around you, when you do fail, there'll be people to help you pick back up, get your wheels back started, put air in your tires, give you an oil change, spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, if I didn't say that. But there's going to be people to help you keep going. Just make sure you're building the right team, because you can be building a team, but they're literally the team that's going to tear you down. And I realized that what I was doing this past year was tearing me down, because I thought I was building a team trying to get somewhere. And this person the entire time never had intentions on helping me get anywhere. Like, and I heard what they said. They would say things like, why don't you just die already? I'm never going to lock in with somebody who got herpes. All these different things they would say to me. But then they ended up doing the exact opposite of it. I think, and this is something that I can't really control, but I can mention. A lot of the times I'll notice people fall into love with me, even though I was supposedly everything that they hated. Now, again, this could be because they are there to manipulate me. They are there to destroy and conquer. But a lot of people whose job I feel like was to come in and destroy and hurt and tear me down eventually realize, like, oh my God, why did I do this to such a sweet person? Because I literally give people the shirt off my back. Like, I literally have given people the shirts off my back. I literally have let people come in my house and they've stolen my clothes, my purses, my shoes, my jewelry. I've been one, and this is like not even just spiritually, but like physically, this stuff used to happen to me. People would come over to my house and be like, oh yeah, girl, you go to the bathroom. And then while I'm in the bathroom, they going through my bin. And have you mind, at the time, I don't even have my own bedroom. Like, people will steal from you when you have nothing because they think that you're so close to the floor. But then you look at their house, they got their own bedroom, they got, and it's big, they got a full-size bed. Meanwhile, you sleeping on the floor, and these people stealing from you. Because sometimes what people need to steal from you, and I learned this isn't always physical. Sometimes what people need to steal from you is more so spiritual. It's something about the power, the light, and the energy in you. Because a lot of the times we don't realize this, but the light that a lot of us carry in us is just that. It can't be tainted because it's like, it's just who you are. Whereas some people, they have to fake the light. Like, they come online, it's like, what, like they become somebody else, but really in real life they just be like that's not how they talk, that's not how they move, that's not how their energy is. Like they don't act like that. That's like a personality. And there's nothing wrong with that, because of course I'm Euphoria online and in my music, but my real name is Sierra. I'm my mom. And but I'm still the genuine same person. Like I talk to people just like this too. Like, what's up? Huh? No. I might get a little bit more sleepy, get a little less energetic, because it'd be draining sometimes, because you're giving to people on purpose. But you know what I'm saying. Some people just like completely different. And when you finally realize that somebody's been wearing a mask with you the whole time, it's like, it's such a letdown. But I did always say I wanted to get to know this person. I always told the person I wanted to get to know you by your first name, not by your personality name. So I guess some people really take that serious and really be two different people. Like, I always wonder, like, celebrity, like, okay, Cardi B, is that the same thing as Bella Calise? Like, for lack of, is it the same person? And it seems like it was. Like, she always seemed like she was genuinely the same person. Okay, we have 5 of Pentacles. Something about poverty and poverty mindset. Okay, let's see. Clarify this. We have the 5 of Cups. Or was that the 6 of Cups? Oh, the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Natural gifts. So maybe somebody was trying to put you in poverty and steal your natural gifts. Yep, because you're the best one to really get the job done. You're really the best person to be a leader or something like that. You were born to be a leader. As you can see, this guy, he's leading, but then like 2 people are like, they're pissed off about him leading. You see, they're hunched over, their faces are in confusion, whereas some people are like happy and standing up straight and like really erect and like, empowering him. But these 2 people are like jealous and hunched back like, oh, So somebody's in that lack mindset about you being the true person for a job to get done. 3 cards came out. Okay, so I got the star card, because you're meant to be a star. So you're going to win this battle, this 5 of Cups battle against the bigger beast. And 10 of Cups as well. Rainbow Serpent speaks to feminine energy, and the ship is coming in, so you have enough abundance to share with a whole community, given that they also are reciprocating. This came out in reverse, but I feel like I would take it in the upright. 10 of Pentacles. This speaks to the ancestors and their spiritual abundance, and bestowing it upon you once you finally lock in with your family unit, because you, your child, and your husband all have your own pentacle. Everybody comes with their own pentacle. Like, you literally have your pentacle above your head and below your head. It's your Merkaba. Everybody comes with that, but the ancestors and their protection and their Merkabas and all their spiritual abundance and everything that they have, their wealth, becomes bestowed upon you once you build a family unit. I see the King of Pentacles and the High Priestess. King of Pentacles keeps trying to stick his head out. Okay, the Emperor card just fell down. The Emperor is a person who's mastered all 4 suits. Spiritual abundance. The abundance is the pentacle. The cups is the spirit, the soul. The cup is the cup is the soul. The wand is the spirit, and the swords is the mind. So then we have the death card. So maybe someone's going to a rebirth. An emperor has to go through a rebirth or a death because of a high priestess finally getting a chariot moment, a breakthrough. And the high priestess is a divine feminine energy, or a spiritually attuned woman, someone who's very in alignment with their spiritual gifts. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your ancestors are here to protect you. Okay? But you have to venerate them. You have to talk to them. You have to pour into them. It's your ancestors. people who came before you who are maybe not here yet. But even your parents and your grandparents who are here can be your ancestors as well. I'm not sure what AOC is. Justice card is coming up. So you will be receiving justice in the situation. I just saw Leo when I looked down at my robe. I see the devil card at the bottom of the deck. So maybe the devil card has something to do with the Leo. And the Lover's card. We have the Seven of Cups, so stay in your imagination so you can manifest. Manifesting from your imagination, things of that sort. I know it didn't just come out again. Yes, it did. The Devil card came out again. So the Devil card in the light can be expressing oneself sensually and exploring your sensuality in a highlighted, or I guess freed perspective. But in the dark, it's like overdoing lust, overdoing what's up, Yoda? Just overdoing you know, overdoing the sex life and just putting people in a web of lies. So the Devil card came out. Notice how half of the person is hooded and the other half is not, and he has on gloves like he's in some kind of secret society. So this also gives out that secret society energy and those hooded people. But you also see the spider face, the web of lies, the people who do that spider stuff. And again, we have the Six of Cups. So there's some kind of spiritual abundance or something from family, some kind of gift coming in from family. So here we have the Magician card. So this talks about manifesting your own reality. And then the Five of Swords. This looks like someone going to prison, a cheetah being stabbed in the back, someone still making it out of the jungle, and then a Leo or lion staring in an offset, like in the bushes, like somebody hiding in the bushes, a lion hiding in the bushes, watching it all go down as this person finally defeats this cheetah comes out with barely any clothes on, and then somebody goes to jail on the same card. That speaks to literally probably what happened last night. So what it's giving me is, in your imagination, or what you want to manifest, is this devil that may have tried to come through and maybe steal some spiritual gifts, right? The manifestation that they got out of it was their own demise. Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This flipped out so pretty. The ancestors are protecting you. So calling your ancestors always. Because we be needing it. Because some people be out here acting crazy. We have the child that tricked death or avoided death. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. We have the Fool card. So taking a leap of faith. So the ancestors are going to help you take a leap of faith, and all eyes are watching you at this time, keeping a close watch on you, seeing what you're going to do, how you're going to react. We have the Judgment at the bottom of the deck. We have harmony coming in. So some kind of harmony might be what happens after you reach some kind of mastery of a skill and you become a celebrity of some kind of sort. Because this is the celebrity card, the Three of Pentacles. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So there will still be another battle. Someone will be trying to throw somebody in the pit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more card. We have a Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Okay, the Empress card just flipped over. This battle will turn someone into an Empress. They will master they'll master the Pentacles. They'll master the Pentacles, which is material abundance. They'll master the soul with the cups and the water. They'll master the mind with the swords, and then they'll also master the spirit, where generational trauma and things come from. Mind, material, soul, and spirit. Yes, it's an Empress coming. Okay, and the child that tricked death. So the Empress might be the child in the family that tricked death or fooled death. The Empress is also known to be a mother, so, and this was because of a love at first sight. So love at first sight, something about love at first sight. What's the other thing that this card means besides love at first sight? Because that doesn't seem like that applies to this right now. Hold on. Let me look up the card real quick again. Eshu, God of communication and messengers. Travel, messages, rapid decisions, problem solving, opportunities, associations of ideas, sudden events, and love at first sight. So I'll take this right now as with the child fooling death, a travel message and a rapid decision, something that some rapid decision caused or allowed someone to fool or trick death. Problem solving as well, and then opportunities definitely coming from this. An association of ideas and then sudden events. Based on what you guys know happened yesterday. I didn't tell you the extent of what happened yesterday, but that fully applies based on all the things that occur. Again, with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a fire sign, female, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries woman. I'm a big Sag. My birthday's 11/22 coming up. But I also know a few Sag women in the family. What else, Spirit? Ooh. 3 cards came out. Usually I only want one more, but I'll take all 3. Something about a King of Wands might be helping with this. Somebody wants to be dialectic, but they're a trickster. Or the King of Wands is a trickster spirit. So be mindful for that. King of Wands is a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius male. Yeah, it came out again. I tried to shuffle the deck and the trickster spirit came out again. So a child that fooled death due to a sudden opportunity is... a child was able to trick death or get out of a death-like situation due to a sudden event that involved a trickster spirit. Yeah, that pretty much sums up what happened yesterday. So that makes complete sense. And we got a Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Swords is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius woman. So let's break down the deck and tell the story. See, the thing that most tarot readers don't do on their story that I do that makes my tarot readings different, I do this at the end of each spread. So if you guys play the lottery, y'all can use these numbers. Also, it helps clarify each suit and what each suit is trying to tell you. I always start with the spirit and generational curses first. So the wands, and the number for that is 3. So write down number 3, and the story is love at first sight or sudden events cause a child to trick death or get out of a death-like situation, and that created some kind of harmony. Okay, so that's the first one. Hold up. Okay, because my lock was attached to my bun somehow in the back. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so next I'll go with the soul, because after the spirit, you want to get into your soul. The soul cards, we have 4 cups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the story goes, you'll be bestowed gifts from your family or ancestral gifts that are specifically for you. If you stay in your imagination and your manifestation, right? The amount of abundance in the 10 of Cups energy, feminine serpent, you're going to get is going to allow you to come over this battle and finally step into being the person for the job. Whichever job that might be, whether it be the leader of your family, the superstar of your family, whatever it is, you know. And then we have the Pentacles, which is your financial abundance or material abundance, earthly things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have the 2 of Pentacles, which is a trickster who is a celebrity or master of something, is trying to go to their ancestors to figure out what to do about their spiritual wealth or health, but they're going to be left in poverty. So it serves that trickster right after what they did, right? Trickster spirit, yep, who's a celebrity or master of something, is going to the ancestors to try to figure out what to do. And it's going to leave them in some kind of poverty. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 for the wand, for the swords, and the swords is the mind. This will cause some kind of battle that will like make them feel buried, but the ancestors said that it is necessary. The ancestors and their protection, and based on what's been going on, says that it's necessary that 5 of Swords, the cheater gets stabbed in the back, the person go to jail, this person comes out of the battle unscathed, and the Leo looks in the abyss just pissed off. Sorry about that. I scratched my hair a few moments ago. I had a little something under my nail. Don't be judging me now. Okay. But yeah, the ancestors deemed it that this person be incarcerated. And whatever this fast running scheme, scam is coming to an end. So for the major arcana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the story goes, an empress has all eyes on them at this time. As they manifest with the magician card and the devil card, they're manifesting or using their magic to put it into, or with the devil card, because that deals with sensuality and lust. They're manifesting that this devil energy that's been lusting over them or causing them issues with sex magic. Okay, because that was a big thing that happened in the background of a lot of sex magic. Okay, because of that, the magic, the lust, and all of that, justice will be served. And this will be the chariot to propel them into being the high priestess that they're meant to be, which will cause a rebirth and allow them to meet their emperor and finally ascend into their star energy. So yeah, everything that was meant to happen was meant to happen, just so things could finally truly happen. And a Queen of Swords is somehow still in a space where somebody's down here pregnant. And yeah, empresses are pregnant mothers and things of the sort. I don't know if the situation is going to lead to pregnancy. Someone may be pregnant in the energy. Someone may be expecting a baby soon. Something of the sort. Yeah. We don't know what's going to happen, but something about this Queen of Swords and pregnancy. And I do know this person, their child's mother was a Queen of Swords, and she was in my dream last night talking to me. And she looked like she was on the front of what looked like a pregnancy test. Like she had on pink, like she looked like a pregnancy test or something. It was something weird about her being in my dream. I can't remember exactly, but she was in my dream last night. And Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck, pregnant lady down here. But yep, that's the spread. Oh, and the King of Swords just popped out in the middle of the deck with the Queen of Cups. A message about that is they're going to have the initiative to be patient and calm down and start a partnership. So be on the lookout for that partnership. The King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. They're going to slow down on what they were doing behind the scenes. They're going to look into things a little bit more deeply before they start making moves and doing magic on people. Because even they bullshit got exposed. Okay. Everybody behind the scenes got exposed. Let's clarify even further with the Oracle deck. Earth Magic Oracle deck. I want to get 5 cards from here. Something says go with the flow. Ocean, be like water, go with the flow. The tides are going to pull you, but go with the flow. I just saw the river movement card. I see the breach well card. So something was breached, or something will be breached, or something is in this breach position. You know how a baby is in breach position and they can't go into normal labor, like they can't be delivered because of something that was breached. So something about breached energy. What about it? Fog veiled. Something was fogging your, this whole illusion was fogging the journey forward. This whole illusion was fogging the journey forward. And now that's finally coming to an end with the ebb and flow. Go with the ebb and flow and breathe. Breathe. And fairies and earth magic, so people who are working behind the scenes and people who know about magic and, you know, the whimsical people, they're on their crystal thing. They got their pineals activated. They're focused in on this situation. They're coming to help you. People who are magical, mystical, are in your energy and helping you at all times. Your ancestors, your friends who you don't realize are your friends, because some people, they're your friends, but they can't be your friends in physical form, because if they expose themselves as your friends, they won't be able to actually help you. That's another thing I want spiritual people to realize. You're never alone, because there is always somebody helping you behind the scenes or watching out for you, but they can't expose their face, because if they do, then they can potentially get, they'll be not compensated, compromised. So they can't actually help you, because they have to look behind the scenes, and they have to help you from behind the scenes from a distance. Because some people, like the person I was recently dating, like they latch on to every person that they know that is a viable source of a safe space for you. They latch onto that person and they try to control that person's mind, do mind magic, hypnosis, things of the sort. Because people study what police officers do on YouTube. They study the mind of a police officer. They study their tactics. They energetically watch what they do to people so that they can replicate and, you know, pose as that same kind of entity in order to protect themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So they're using the tactics of the people in the law officials to control other people. So just know that if some people who are actually on your side expose themselves and came from behind the scenes, they wouldn't be able to continue to keep assisting you. So there is people in your energy who are assisting you on your spiritual journey, whether you can see them or not. And last card I got was DNA activation or DNA karma. So someone in your bloodline may be receiving some kind of karma for trying to do something to you, or you're releasing karmic ties in the family. But I see black snakes and going up a pole and a lot of fire. So I do feel like there might have been some kind of like root work done in the family bloodline or something like that, and it's like a blood curse that might be getting lifted due to someone finally doing the work. So shout out to you if you're that person in your family doing the work and releasing those bonds, those ties in those situations, because yeah, it has activation and tree grounding. So you're going to help reground your family, and then it's going to leave you with a dragonfly emergence. These cards fell down with the DNA card, so they wanted to come out. So I wanted to take 5, but I got 8. Also focus on 8, your heart. Focus on your heart chakra today. Focus on your heart chakra today. Excuse me. And release. The card on the bottom of the deck says release. So it's just like I had to release that bird. But yeah, release. We're moving into fall. It says autumn. That's what this season is all about, releasing the dead. Things that are going to die out, release them. Stop holding on to things that are dead situations, dead relationships, dead friendships, because they will hold you back. They will hold you back. So first thing I split the deck, I got poverty. So I got what I just saw was poverty, and then I saw the rising star card. So somewhere right here, and I split it. Okay, so I split it right here, and I saw poverty, but then I saw a rising star. So somebody's about to go from rags to riches, rags to riches, rags to riches because of the legal system. Somebody has an entity attachment at the bottom of the deck. Someone's protected from that, and they're having an awakening because of someone else's entity attachment. They're realizing somebody was a demon. They was messing around with a demon. Okay, well, these cards keep falling. I need a table. It says hello from the other side, maybe. Someone from the spirit is speaking to somebody, and that's their gift. So somebody can speak to people on the other side spiritually. Telepathy might be a big thing in this situation. You having telepathy, being able to hear people's minds, what they're thinking. I know I can telepathically talk to people, and they can hear what I'm saying, and I can hear them. So that's a thing. Actual money is coming your way. Because the way that I'm probably gonna have to sue for some money. I need some money. I need to be recompensated for the damages done to me. About that. Money coming your way. Money coming your way. Surprise, no hate on his shirt. So somebody's like, yeah, we don't hate you. It's no hate between us. It's no beef. Let's water under the bridge kind of thing. Like, no hate. I just seen a card come out. Oh, but there's a love spell. So be careful, because people be doing love spells trying to, oh, I could, fit you in on this deal and, supply you with what you need. Don't fall for that. Stay the hell away from that. When people start trying to love bomb you and stuff, you ain't gonna get none of this. I need you to back the hell up, because when I was really going through it and I was suffering, you was trying to help make it worse. You was working for the other side. Get your ass up out of here. You ain't put up on this. But someone who you might not trust is to be trusted, and they have a badge on their chest. So they might be actually working with the system, trying to help keep an eye on you, keep you safe. So that's another thing to be mindful of. Just because somebody seemed like they was not on your side, maybe they were on your side, but you was just in the wrong energy. So it felt like they were trying to hurt you. But someone is to be trusted, because they saw you through your abuse. They saw the abuse that happened to you, and they prayed for you. They saw the abuse and they prayed for you. I got the chills. So that resonated. That's the truth. Someone saw the abuse that you were going through and they prayed for you. So they are to be trusted. Okay. A mature man. Some mature man. So this might be someone in your energy who was keeping an eye on you too. Or let's see, clarify the mature man. Is a mature man the person who's to be trusted? There's twin flame on the bottom of the deck. It's a mature man, someone to be trusted. What came out? Real love. Okay, so the mature man and real love just came out and changed. So you might have been dating a little ass boy, and you about to get you a real mature man that's about to come through and make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. That's all right. And I ain't opposed to that, universe. If you're sending that my way, your humble servant is ready to accept, ready and willing. Yeah, because they're enamored with you, and they think that you're one of their twin flames. They're enamored with your growth, your progress, your healing, and they're your twin flame. So yeah, this mature man is coming through to make things right. Now, don't rush. I'm gonna always say that. What's this? Yeah, because don't rush, because some people will do all that to be a thief in your life, or they saw that someone was stealing from you, and now they realize that you actually got the glow that they didn't know that you had. But be careful of thieves. People will come and pose as the man for you, the woman for you, when really they're just trying to come steal your spiritual abundance. Because I ain't gonna hold you. It's tough out here, even for spiritual people. But oh yeah, because a thief is jealous and envy of you. So there's a thief that's envious and jealous of you that just hopped in the energy. I just felt something come at my throat chakra. So there's a thief that's envious and jealous of you that wants to steal your voice, your ability to speak. They're manifesting against you, not for you. Oh my God, look what just come out. They're doing death magic on you, or they have been doing death magic on you. Trying to manifest destruction in your life. This thief that's finally getting out your energy. You might be having an awakening about this, or they're finally having an awakening. Ooh, something about travel, message. These two cards just came out together. So there's a message you got to travel somewhere. Is this spiritually or is this physically? I want to know. You might have spiritually moved to another state. moved in with somebody else. You might live in someone else's house spiritually. You might have an out of town or a out of state relationship or partnership that you're moving into. The veil depends on what was going on behind the scenes, because the world that you live in when you're awake is not always the same world that you live in when you go to sleep. Okay. And I trust the word that I go to when I go to sleep more often than the word that I actually physically live in. So in the word that I go to sleep in, I be at my grandmother's house a lot of the times. And I can't tell y'all no more, because if I tell y'all too much, I'm exposing what obviously spirit don't want this person to know. So yeah, let's just say I have an idea of what's going on. But yeah, relationship is going to bring in abundance and unexpected money. Look at that. That just came out together. Travel, message, and relationship, abundance, and unexpected money. Spiritual money and physical money. Pentacles up in the sky, spiritual wealth, which is unexpected money, and then the abundance is the actual physical finances. So yeah, due to a relationship, because you are a starseed, and it's finally being seen like you really are who you've been saying you are. It's just people been stealing from you. And when that finally is clarified for everyone to see, it's like, oh shoot, this person really not who they say they were. This person really who they. Because when I was with the police last night, they was like, oh, somebody's identity was stolen. So it's like they sat at my house for like hours trying to cleanse my aura of all kinds of energetic cords that didn't belong to me. You understand? So there will be people who the law sometimes can be your friend. They're like, oh, your identity was stolen spiritually. People can spiritually steal your identity. Like, that's why I don't hang out with people all the time. And this is why I do the work that I do, because you can hang around someone spiritually and they'll be stealing your face. They will be stealing your whole entire face and then wearing your face out in public. And then people are sitting here treating them how you're supposed to be treated, and people treating you how they're supposed to be treated. Your work, labor, and efforts have not gone unnoticed. Okay? A house is on the way for a sweetheart. So somebody bought a brand new house for you. You about to be welcomed into someone's spiritual home. You have a new home, a new community coming, something like that. These other 3 cards came down because of somebody's voodoo, some kind of rich guy, and ancestors. So this is, I feel like this kind of came out. It just fell out, but let me read that. House, voodoo, rich guy, ancestors. The ancestors told the supposed rich guy was doing voodoo on you and maybe cleared your path. I think that's what it is. The supposed rich guy might have been doing voodoo on someone, and their ancestors came and cleared it up. But clarify that. The ancestors and voodoo. I see love offer at the bottom of the deck. Ooh. Someone's going through emotional pain right now. A mature woman is going through emotional pain. Someone who's in jail also is going through emotional pain. And use your intuition, because it's about something that's about to happen in the courthouse. So all this BS is finally getting found out. So I guess we went to spiritual court and they finally figured out who was stealing from who and who was doing what, because somebody about to be single, sexy, and successful. Okay, hello, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. Finally, people's spiritual identities are being exposed. No more spiritual identity theft. All of that stuff is done, over with. Nothing, no come round them part here, please. Okay, because they try to put your divinity to an end. They try to bring an ending to the divine in you. They tried to bring an ending to you having a sense of divinity. They were working together to make sure that you didn't look like an angel or earth angel, when in fact you are an earth angel. Because, if we understand the spiritual elevation journey, if you're in spirit at this point in time, if you're on the spiritual side of your spiritual journey and not on the transitional part where you're still trying to determine whether you're still experiencing a human experience versus a spiritual experience, because we're all spirits having human experiences. But if you're more so on the spiritual side of your experience, things start to just come to you more abundantly because you understand how the spirit works. People will recognize that in you and try to sabotage that for you and try to make you have a more human experience like them, because they're trapped in their ego. So they're trapped in their flesh experience. They're not honoring the spiritual experience, knowing that everything that you say is being heard by every single person attached to you at all times, because this is a mirror spectrum. So if I say something behind somebody's back, like, oh, that bitch is ugly, she heard me when I said it. by spirit. It's just how it works, especially if she's spiritual as well. She heard it. So to be that person that's going around condescendingly talking behind people's backs and never to their face, you will pay for that spiritually when you're still living in the human experience versus your spiritual experience. But people who have a spiritual experience, they realize like, oh, everything that I say, do, and involve myself in is being seen publicly. So like yesterday when I spoke to the police, everyone that was here or everyone that knows me spiritually or everyone that's around knows that I didn't lie about anything. So for a person like, oh, you talk to the feds, you trying to get me put away, you trying to lie on my name, like, no, everyone who's spiritually attached to me saw and heard what happened. I didn't lie about anything. I said what I said, and you did what you did. So when you understand that depth of life, you start to be more spiritually accountable. But people who still want to live in their human experience, they don't want to take accountability for what their spirit does. See, my spirit picks up on stuff. So if someone's watching me spiritually, someone's possessing my body to divinate and like keep an eye on me without my permission, I can sense that. And I spoke to the police about it because my family was given my family has gifts, right? And a lot of my family members, they use their gifts to work for the police. Like my great aunt, she used her spiritual gifts to help the police out. She had a job with the police department. My mother, works for like NASA and stuff. I have so many people in my family who work for government entities because once you get to a certain level of giftedness, you are expected to help rule or control or assist in the actual construction and the leadership of the world that we live in. So that's why certain people get government jobs. It's not that the government hates us. It's just we haven't had enough people who are spiritually gifted admit that they're spiritually gifted, come to terms with it, and then use it in the right form. So it's a lot of high priestesses out here who are supposed to be the judges in the court system. It's a lot of high priestesses and a lot of healers that are supposed to be nurses and doctors in the system. That's the world that we're supposed to be living in. That's the world that we're moving towards. That's the new world where the people who are spiritually capable of these jobs can actually work them versus people who are just doing the job for the money. You understand? So that's where we're supposed to be moving towards, where you, based on who you are spiritually, your spiritual rank, if you're a psychic, if you're a healer, you need to be working in that kind of job. If you're a psychic or you can see through people and you're like a human lie detector, you need to be a judge. You need to work on that. If you need to be a lawyer, if you can spiritually watch somebody for years without them even noticing and you don't talk to them and you're literally just taking notes of everything that's going on, you can be their lawyer in spiritual court. When it comes down to it, when something finally happens and finally it's time for them to step into their divinity and their true power and their true job and they have their spiritual ascension, you're going to be that person to be their spiritual lawyer and be like, I was watching the whole entire time. Yeah, she didn't do nothing. They've been attacking her. They've been doing this to her. They're your spiritual lawyer. So when you understand your spiritual gift, you can use it to save someone's life so that they can get to their spiritual reality. Because we're humans having a spiritual experience. The goal is to get to our spiritual selves, our highest self. And the world that we're supposed to be living in, again, is getting people to live in that fashion and get jobs based on their spirit, not based on just trying to chase money. Like, oh, I want to get a IT job because I want $100,000. No, you get an IT job because you genuinely in your mind understand how to build systems that protect systems. Like, you know how to build something around someone's spinal cord that wouldn't allow another spirit to hack their brain. You know how to build a honeypot so that you can test it. Things will try to get inside and like, okay, basically I'm going to put this right here and see how you're going to act and test you out. Okay, so based on that, now I know to not let you in my personal life, because in my honeypot personality or my honeypot version of myself or whatever, you failed the test, so I don't let you into the actual system. You ping if you get into IT because you understand spirituality on that level. And there's certain people who cannot do that job, and that's why they're successful in that job on their own time, because they know how to do that spiritually. So what I'm saying is we're getting into a space now where we're supposed to be moving into our jobs spiritually, right? Versus just for the money. I hope that makes sense. Healers are supposed to be nurses and doctors. Nannies. Empresses are supposed to be nannies. If you're empress energy, you understand how to take care of a kid. You understand the mother energy. You're supposed to be the the matriarch of the family, because you're an empress. Emperor is supposed to be the patriarch of the family, the one making the decisions about what to do with everyone's money and stuff like that. So we're getting jobs based on our spiritual rankings and who we are on a spiritual level. That's what's happening for the new world. There's a Jezebel in the energy. So I mean, if this is your job, if you just a little sexual hot spot, then people gonna use you as the Wi-Fi to be a hot spot. You just gonna get used for what you use for. But just don't try to stop somebody else or be that, like, that's not what somebody wants to do. Stop trying to build them into that just because they have a lot of divine feminine energy. That doesn't mean that they want to be a Jezebel. Okay, so something about what about this Jezebel? A karmic feminine. So there's a karmic feminine that was a Jezebel who was like hella sexual, hella just wanting to be outside with it. We outside with it. Popping they ussy on someone in the family. What? Someone in your family might be a Jezebel and a karmic feminine to your relationships, to your life, but you're unbothered. Someone may be a priest in your community. Okay, what the hell was I just looking at? Because I just saw my son's phallus getting stimulated by somebody. Like, who out here is riding my son like a BMX bike? He's 13. Just stop talking. He said, I just busted auntie. So maybe somebody's auntie is a sexual predator of children. There's a false narrative out here. Okay. All right. Hold on now. There's an expectation. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. A child with tears in their eyes. That's what I'm saying. I just looked at my son and I just saw something going on that I didn't like. So, because I spiritually can see motion. Like I see energy moving. Like the way that my vision, I see energy and how it moves. And I just saw something. Okay. And the cards just confirmed it. Okay. Karmic feminine, Jezebel, false narrative regarding a child. And you just said, I just busted auntie. Oh, wait, what? I be seeing too much. You can't play in my face. I be looking right at y'all. Like, y'all be demons for real. Like, sexually overstimulated demons. There's nothing wrong with expressing, like, your love for somebody, but nothing much, man. Yeah, because divine feminine. Yeah, divine feminine energy is not simply lusting after everything and just putting your divine your feminine energy on everybody like that. That's not what that is. My day is going good. I just realized that I'm feeling something pull out of my sacral chakra, right? Because I can feel my son's energy because he's like a part of me. It's like my baby. So I'm feeling something pulling on my sacral chakra, and I'm looking. It's like the energy is like getting pulled out of my son's phallus, out of me, out of my son's phallus, and going up into like the neighbor's house. And like as soon as I cut the energetic cord, I heard like somebody upstairs stumble. Like, yo, what's going on up in here, yo? Let me go wake my son up before. And as you said, Jezebel, what came out? Jezebel, karmic feminine, false narrative child. Like, people need to stop playing. Moving on is the energy. I guess it's magnetic. Some people just can't control themselves. Look, all the cards just fell. Hell no. I see entity attachment, karma, destruction, and self-love all on the floor. They all came out at the same time. And occupation. So somebody with an entity attachment was their occupation was to destroy stuff, destroy someone's self-love. They're now receiving karma. That's what someone who had an entity attachment, their job was to create destruction of someone's self-love, and now they're finally receiving karma. Yeah, some people be wild, bro. They wanted to create confusion and illusion. I see the spiral, the swirls in the eyeballs, hypnotizing people. I'm like, hold on, let me close my energy, my back door all open and stuff. Next thing you know, now they turning their water on. Now they moving around. And someone's gonna be transitioning because of this. Because a ritual that they were doing, they can't do it anymore. Or they're being watched right now because they have an obsession with you. They're being watched and studied. People are seeing that they do have an obsession with you. Because of some kind of spiritual commitment that they made to you. Now they're throwing you an evil eye. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. All right. You need to see that sunlight. All right. Last few cards because it's been an hour. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Opposition getting that ass beat. Surprise. So anybody who's opposing this High Priestess is getting that ass whooped. Getting that ass beat. They getting that ass beat. Which has someone in concern because the karmic masculine is in poverty for what they did to an earth angel. Everyone who does death magic and karma has light eyes in this deck for some odd reason. Don't me and the earth angel look like we twinning again? Like pink shirt. Like we just always be having on the same clothes. I'm just saying. Necklace. Every time I got into a fight, they try to break this necklace. It might have got me a few little scars and scratches on my neck, a little bit of bloody, but they could never. Because you're a high honor, you continue to keep manifesting. That was a big chunk. I'm not taking all of that. Yeah, the high honor card just keeps coming out. Because they confused. Third party stitch, rich girl, pathway. So they try to confuse you with a third party stitch, but you're a rich girl and your pathway is clear. Like if I was a rich girl, la 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 la. See, I have all the money in the world. If I was a wealthy girl. Yeah, you about to get your soulmate. But the manipulation of the community is over with because they saw who was behind it. This Ice King, the legal system is going to stop that nice guy. Priest finna come through with the divination. Health concern is going to happen for somebody who's an older woman. They're going to die in a hospital bed. Lust has someone's conflicted because they can't participate in lust anymore. They're manifesting you back, but they're blocked. You're moving on and you're abandoning that motherfucker. Okay, that's the reading. That's the deck. That's the message that came out. All right. Let the officials, let the feds handle it at this point and move forward. Let them folks handle that. They got to handle that. That's got to go. Your girl not giving out free Girl Scout cookies every morning just for the fuck of it, for lack of better words. And if you want to keep putting your hands on women and things of that sort, you thought that wasn't going to come to an end? You hurting people's mothers out here, people's daughters. You thought that wasn't going to come to an end? As a man, like, and then you have a daughter, like, you didn't think that what you were doing was going to come to an end? What you want, if you let your kind of personality continue, then you realize what kind of danger you putting your own child in? See, me, the grace that I granted men, if that's bestowed upon my son, I'd be so happy. Because if my son messed up that many times and a female gave him that many chances, as many times she could have put him in jail, had him jumped, anything else, and she still kept giving chances after chance after chance after chance, I would desire that a woman like myself would meet my son and give him the ability to heal through his spiritual elevation and journey. I would hope that a woman like me would meet my son. I would never hope a man like him ever met my daughter. And I lived through it. Okay? So I'm ending the live here. And I'm just going to say that, you know, a lot of people will try to find their way back in and divinate and spiritually watch you or try to stay on your... I'm not cold. It's getting a little chilly outside. Not yet, though. Not really. I mean, it's fall time, though. I'm going to have a blessed day. I'm going to have a great day. And I hope you have a better day. I hope you, if you do accidentally have any of those attachments on you, that you have removed them at this time and understand that, yeah, no more messing around with people. Like, no more hurting people on purpose. No more seeking to destroy someone just because they made you feel uncomfortable. Just clean it up, clear it up, and enjoy life. Okay. All right, you guys. It was a blessing to have y'all here and to speak to y'all and feel better. Like, not feel like I'm being choked the whole entire time I'm on live. To not feel like if I say something wrong, someone's going to stop me from speaking my truth. So, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go ahead and close up the shop. And we're going to have a blessed day. Peace. Oh, remember here on this platform, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember, always have peace, love, hair grease, and everything in between. Because these are your tools in your body to help you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you or your kids. Peace.